Hey everyone, Brandon the Shaving Realtor. How we all doing today? So I had a buddy of mine, he and his wife, they went to Michigan recently for a little weekend getaway. And his wife likes antiquing. And I guess they went into some antique stores. And they remembered the fact that I had mentioned that I collect, like to collect vintage razors. And there's a club that I belong to called the Lions Mustangs Athletic Club in Lyons, Illinois. And it's an all men's club. We've been around since 1924. And we actually have a corporate seal and everything. And we're actually one of the very few men only clubs that are still out there in the United States. And we involve our wives and our girlfriends, to help participate in activities and events during the year. We just recently had the Super Bowl party, and we were able to bring our girlfriends or our wives, and it was a great time. But anyway, so a lot of the guys in the club have been showing some interest in what I'm doing. So when my buddy Rob was on vacation out with his wife, and they went into this antique store, he saw this vintage Gillette razor actually in the pack. So this is the pack that he got. And you can see it actually still has this is a metal, this is actually metal, this razor compartment. There's some old razors that were put in the back, and there's one razor that's in the front. You can see they tried to slide it over and tried to slide it back, but there's a little stopper in there that won't let it go back. So of course, I'm not going to do anything with this. I'm just going to keep it in the pack. Again, it's just kind of cool to have. But this is an E4 adjustable, and so it's a 1959 fourth quarter. So I took it, and what I did was I cleaned it up. I cleaned it up in two different ways. The first thing I did was I used an old toothbrush, and along with some antibacterial soap, I used some dish soap, and I scrubbed it really good. And then I put it in the dishwasher and washed it through the dishwasher. I took it out, I cleaned it up, and then what I did was and I got all this from watching the Razor Emporium video on how to kind of bring back and restore some old Gillette razors, vintage razors, basics, So then I took some of this pre-shave oil that I made. And there's some olive oil and some castor oil, a little bit of vitamin E in here. So all I did was I poured it into a little container. I took a toothpick, and then everywhere where it needed oil on the bottom, in all the little joints and everything in here, I just put little drops here and there, worked it in, and got everything all free. And as you can hear, listen to this. I mean, the clicking on the numbers is what you really want. Now I have 4 of these razors, adjustable razors, and this one by far has the loudest clicking. So I really like this. So I just figured today I'm going to use this razor for the first time. And I'm going to kind of go Gillette. I got a Gillette silver blue in here, second use on this. So I'm going to use that. And then for the soap today, I pulled out Cooper and French black tie. Cooper and French black tie. I got the Cooper and French Old Goat, which is really good too. I did a review on that soap. But this is the Cooper and French black tie. It's a nice classy smell. And then on the back here, it talks about the different fragrances, and this is an all metal container. So hopefully you can see what's in it. Kind of get an idea on this. But this is a nice soap. I've used this quite a few times. So I'm going to use this today, okay? And then I'm going to follow up. I just bought this, haven't used it yet. The Gillette series Aftershave Splash Cool Wave. Okay, I'm gonna use this. I think I just found this at Walmart, actually. And then it ended up, because it's still cold here in Chicago, we're actually talking 5 to 9 inches of snow here in Chicago tonight into all day tomorrow. And they're even saying that there could be a foot of snow. So I know I'm gonna be outside doing a lot of snow blowing. We're gonna have to go out and start stocking up on the food and everything for the next couple of days. So I wanna make sure that my face is protected. So I'm gonna put on Nivea Men cream. This stuff is outstanding, very creamy. You don't need a whole lot of this. And I use this a lot for my hands and my face. So with that being said, I've got my Omega Boar brush. And I love this brush. I'm gonna use this here today. I got stuff scattered all over here. This Cooper and French, I actually messaged the owner of the company. I can't remember his name. He and I had emailed a couple of times back last year, and I tried to see if I could get him down here when we had the Chicago meetup, because he's out of, I think he's just right out of Minnesota, so he's close. Unfortunately, he couldn't get down here around that time because he had some other plans. But nice guy, nice little company he's got. I sound a little stuffed up because I am, again, in Chicago. It's the way this weather has been. My head is clogged, my ears are clogged. This Boar brush is really working in nice. I've said it before, one of the big reasons I like this Boar brush because when it starts to get worked in, the ends of the bristles get a little hook on them. And those little hooks help. If you get ingrown hairs, it just kind of, that little hook on the end when you're working it in just kind of grabs them and pulls them out. And I have way less ingrown hairs after a good shave with this Boar brush. All right, so I've got this on, this is a 1 through 9 setting, okay? And I'm gonna put it on I got it on number 4. I don't know if you can see it. So I'm gonna go 2 passes today. I'm just gonna go down, then I'm gonna go up. I love the feel of some of these old vintage razors. The one thing I noticed on these vintage razors, these Gillettes, you definitely got to get them up for that razor to get on your skin. Oh, I had a guy email me the other day, fellow wet shaver, and he was asking me real estate questions. And he was asking me if while I do my shave, you know, because my name is Shaving Realtor, if I can maybe give some real estate tips. Of course, I'm not necessarily doing this to promote myself, because I really, no, it's just a name that I have. He was asking me about different websites. He was searching for a home. He lives in Indiana. So I was explaining to him about these websites, how they work, because he wanted to find out why listings on homes are on all these different websites. So I told him, you know, so just to explain, we all belong to multiple listing services, whether we belong to a big real estate company or if we belong to a small independent company. Because we all belong to the multiple listing service, which is an agreement amongst 99.9% of the real estate brokerage firms out there. When I input a listing of one of my homes into the MLS, the multiple listing service, it automatically gets thrown out there by our agreements that my listing can be shared and advertised on other real estate companies' websites. The same way with them advertising, they come on our websites. So is one website better than the other? If you're just looking for homes, it's really not, because they're all out there. You don't have to necessarily go to Zillow. You don't have to go to Trulia, Realtor.com. If you have a real estate broker in your area and you're looking to purchase a home, just ask them, you know, about their website, their company website, and you can actually search for homes, all the homes right on their website. The idea that you have to go, that if you go onto a RE/MAX website, you know, versus an independent ABC company website, that you're going to get more listings on the RE/MAX website, is just not true. If you go in there and search criteria, the same homes are going to come up on both websites, because of this agreement that we have to all feed all of our listings through the system. Now, with that being said, there may be some differences state to state. I'm just talking about the basics. In the state of Illinois, it doesn't matter. You can go on a RE/MAX, Century 21, Baird & Warner. I've been in the business 27 years. I was with RE/MAX for almost 15 years. The listings that you see on that RE/MAX website, you're going to see them on our website through our company, Skydan Real Estate Company. It's the same listings. I'm going to go up on this one. So hopefully, Dan was his name. Dan, I appreciate that email and that question. Hopefully that helps you out. Oh God, that's nice. These razors are a lot of fun. They really are. Look at that. I mean, I get it. I understand the nice modern look to a lot of these razors. And they're cool looking. I get it. And I've got a few. My Claymore razor from Art of Shave, or not Art of Shaving, from Executive Shave out of UK. I got my Merkur 34C. I will tell you, I get just as good of a shave with these old vintages, and they're a lot of fun. Oh yeah. Very nice. Let me rinse off here. Got a little ding here. Let me get one away. It's over here somewhere. Little ding. Oh. So yeah, it's cold. We're gonna get a foot of snow here in Chicago tonight and all day tomorrow. They're saying it's supposed to start snowing tonight at 6, and this is gonna go all the way through until 9 o'clock tomorrow night, I guess, from what I understand. So let me get some witch hazel, I forgot. Peach. I'm gonna tell you something too about this witch hazel. My daughter, my oldest daughter, is a hairstylist. And of course, part of their business is, you know, doing nails and manicures, pedicures, and facials. And she had a girl that was coming in getting facials, and she had some acne problems. And this was a friend of my daughter's. Well, she kept going in. They were doing all these treatments on her face, charging her $45, $70 to do them. And I asked my daughter, I said, you know, when she gets done, she goes to bed at the end of the night, what does she put? Oh, she puts all these creams, these facials, and all this stuff. And of course, it's just, her face is getting worse. And the last time I saw this girl, now she's putting on so much makeup that she's got to cover up the acne. And I asked her, I said, have you ever tried witch hazel? And she said no. She heard of it and never tried it. Just a question. I said, when you go to bed at night, why do you cake all this stuff on your skin to clog your pores and everything? I said, why don't you, scrub your face, exfoliate your skin at night, and then just put some of this witch hazel on and go to bed. Don't cake it with all this other stuff and creams and all this other stuff, and let your face kind of breathe a little bit, and this witch hazel might help you. A month and a half later, just recently after the holiday, she came and her face is like cleared up, and she couldn't thank me enough. And again, it just goes to just common sense of this, how nice this witch hazel is and what this stuff actually does, versus this girl spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars to have all these chemicals and all this stuff put, and it just was making her face worse. All this stuff has chemicals on it. But this stuff, she said, helps her, and this is what she does on a nightly basis now. She's got some of this Thayer's witch hazel, puts it on her face. So anyway, all right, so that's dried. And now I'm putting on the Gillette series. I like this smell. It's got a sporty smell to it. Not a bad burn. I know Ken Surf, I know you like the burn. Not a bad burn on this at all. I just did my last video and I showed some Stetson, and I know that Ken Surf has been doing a little bit of a series on some older aftershaves. So I made a comment on his about my video with the Stetson. So I'd like to see if maybe Ken ends up getting some Stetson and gives that a try. So with that, I just have this and I'm done for the day. Just a little bit. Oh, that sherry smells nice even after it's on almost a couple minutes. Done. Guys, thanks for watching. Again, as always, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the videos. These are fun videos to watch. They're fun to do. Picking up some extra stuff and just trying them out and, you know, hanging out, maybe helping some new guys that are getting into this. But anyway, I want everyone to enjoy the rest of the day. I know I'm going to be, for the next 24, 48 hours, I'm going to be busy snow blowing and shoveling and brushing. So I'm going to get all ready for it. And but if you got some time, go down below and click on subscribe. You can even click on the little bell to get notifications whenever I have a video. And make some comments. Again, I like to respond to the comments. I love reading the comments. And as always, thank you again. Make it a great day.